Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Putri Nurul Natasha binti Hendri Jefferi. I am from Group 6. I would like to introduce our group member, which is the first one is Amnani, the second one is Nurul Zarifah Zakama, the third one is Syazwani, the last one is Siti Sabirah. Now I will explain about the introduction of our project. Nowadays, ice blended is a very popular beverage, especially during hot and sunny day. Thus, the main focus of our project is regarding the organization of company Kublock, which is also famous among Malaysian. Kublock first launched in Singapore in 2005, and it is a locally owned multi-unit beverage service company that will be positioned as an international franchise. Kublock are the first to break new ground in Singapore and Malaysia food scene by introducing dessert and beverages with the 25 flavors and 300 product range. Our main priority is to establish one Kublock kiosk that able to produce a large number of ice blended in a day. Later, our effort will be further development of more kiosks in the surrounding area, which able to sell various type of ice blended efficiently. Now I will move to the methodology on how we collected the data. We had conducted some research and interview with the ice blended store in UTM, which is Kublock. We interviewed the workers and they shared all the process and procedure to make an ice blended. The way we collect analysis and data equipment in this project, the technique used is project management and maintenance techniques, which includes first creating the work breakdown structure, which is WBS, and then estimating project time and cost, then constructing a project network, and then list out the risk management process, and after that scheduling resources of the project. And the last one is by reducing the project duration.
Defining the project describes a disciplined, structured method for selectively collecting information to use through all phases of the project life cycle. The method suggested in a selective outline of the project called the work breakdown structure, WBS. Once the outline and its detail are defined, an integrated information system can be developed to schedule work and allocate budgets. This baseline information is later used for control. As shown in the figure, there were 4 levels, and each levels represent information for different levels of management. Next, this slide shows the coding system from the WBS earlier. The codes are used to define levels and elements in the WBS organization elements, work package, and cost and budget information. The codes allow reports to be consolidated at any level in the structure.
Now I will continue for the estimation of project time and cost. For the estimation, project time and cost consists of 2 types, which are top-down and bottom-up. The suitable method used for top-down is apportion method, and the suitable method for bottom-up is template method. Allocation for the project apportion method is 100% with 100,000 ringgit, then divided for 4 main activities, which are project initiation 20%, logistic 50%, media 20%, and closing 10%. For template method, this approach enables the firm to develop a potential schedule, estimate costs, and develop a budget in a very short time span. Type of cost typically need a direct cost, direct project overhead cost, general and administrative G&A overhead cost. Table shows an expenditure for all kinds of costs. Develop project plan. To develop project network, the reference is taken from WBS work breakdown system. Thus, the work packages and activities are related to each other and correlation for the project network. The lowest level from project initiation are kick-off meeting and sign-off contract. Then logistics involve the location approval, machine deliver, and training. Next, media include print advertising and interactive advertising. Lastly, closing, which are postmortem and report. Figure used to determine the project network, so we can trace the work packages using the coding scheme. For example, activity A use work package of P11, while activity B use work package of P12. P represent project initiation, L represent logistics, M represent media, and C represent closing. This approach of picking work packages to represent tasks is used to create the project network, which sequence and schedule project activities. Table represent the information simplified project network. Activity D, F, and H has two predecessors. For activity D, the predecessors are B and C. Predecessor for activity F are D and E, while predecessor for activity H is E and G. Slack of float can be found after forward and backward pass has been computed. Slack will determine either project will delay or not delay. Then it is easy to determine critical path through slack. The critical path is A, B, D, E, F, G, H. This is due to the list of slack activity within the project network. Thus, the project will be end on the week 23, end of week 23. The dash arrow represent the critical path of the project network. Gantt chart help the progress of project is in time. In short, Gantt chart help us to easily monitor the project with any defect or problems occur. Last for the developed project plan is laddering. Laddering will make sure the project is not broken or delayed anymore. Finish to start relationship is used for the laddering concept, so that laddering also can be reduced the network detail.
Now I will move to the managing risk. Project risk management is the process of identifying, analyzing, and responding to any risk that arises over the life cycle of a project to help the project remain on track and meet its goal. Risk management is not reactive only, it should be part of the planning process to figure out risks that might happen in the project and how to overcome or control the risk if it in fact occurs. Risk means that anything can potentially impact your project performance, budget, or timeline. In a project management context, risks are potentialities, and if they become realities, then it would become a crucial issue that requires a solution to be addressed. Hence, we could say that risk management is the process of identifying, categorizing, prioritizing, and planning for risks before they become issues in a crucial step that we need to do. To begin managing risks, you must first have a clear and exact understanding of what your project is expected to deliver. To put it another way, create a clear project charter that includes your project vision, objectives, scope, and deliverables. Risk can be easily recognized at each stage of the project. Then you have to involve your team in recognizing any risk that would be the problems. As you can see on the slide, there is the step for project managing risk.
A resource-constrained project is one that assumes the level of resources available cannot be exceeded. If the resources are inadequate, it will be acceptable to delay the project, but as little as possible. In this project, it is required a partnership which consists of two persons to handle those activities. Therefore, the partnership is limited to two. Figure above shows the project network of this project before scheduling. In the middle of each activities indicates the number of persons required for the project. So from the network, we can observe that all activities have zero slack except for activity C, which the slack is 1. The total duration time to finish this project is 23 weeks. So this slide consists of two tables. The top table depicts the project network earlier in terms of load chart. The shaded region in the loading chart represent the scheduling intervals of the time constraint schedule, which through ES through LF, earliest start to latest finish, we are able to schedule the resource any place within the interval and not delay the project. Scheduling the activity beyond the LF will delay the project. Then the bottom table shows the final resource constraint schedule of this project after consider the number of resources. Since the resource available for this project is only 2, it cannot exceed the limit. When a resource limit has been reached, the earliest start for succeeding activities not yet in schedule will be delayed and their slack reduced. In subsequent periods, the procedure is repeated until the project is scheduled. Based on the table, the duration to complete this project has been extended to 25 weeks from 23 weeks earlier. Based on the figure, it shows the new resource schedule network of this project activities. Note that the number of critical activities A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I has increased from 8 to 9. The total duration time to complete these 25 weeks, which delayed 2 weeks from the original plan, this causing a project delay. Therefore, splitting tasks is a scheduling technique that can help the project get better project schedule as well as make a better use of the resources. The continuous work included in an activity is split by a planner interrupting the work and sending the resource to another activity for a period of time before returning to the original activity.
So hi, I am Amnani and today I'm going to present on reducing project duration. So basically reducing project duration is done by crashing, and this crashing is done by increasing the resources to the project, which will help to make the tasks take less time compared to what they are scheduled for. So of course this will also add to the expenses of the total project. But the fundamental purpose of this project crashing is to shorten the project while simultaneously keeping the expenses at a minimum. I have provided with the direct cost, indirect cost, and also our project AON or network. Basically, the rule to crash a project is basically we have 3, in which firstly is to determine the critical path, and then we choose the lowest cost, and then finally is we compare whether it is better to crash one activity or 2 activity. But mostly it is better to crash for one activity when the two activity is at an equal cost. So here is the final AON of our project, and we can see that the final week that the project can crash is about 17 weeks. And here we can see is the at the right table is we can see that the activity that we are crashing and how many weeks they are being reduced. You can see that here with the label X, it means that it can no longer be crashed for the activity. Moving on, we can see that here, after we have done all the crashing process, now we can add on the direct cost and also indirect cost, and finally compute a cost duration graph. So from the cost duration graph and also the table, we can see that the most optimal value is at week 22, 21 and 20, which has the same value at 48,700 ringgit. So from this, it is better to choose the least week because we know that increasing more week, although it has not increased the total expenses, but it is better to finish the project earlier. When deciding to crash a project, obviously the cost will be less significant as the main goal of this project crashing is to speed up the timeline with minimum cost as possible. Thank you.
Next, I will continue with the discussion. Firstly, defining the project. In this section, WBS has been developed to provide an overview of the length and cost of this project by breaking it into smaller projects. The top level of WBS in our project is scope block. Then it been divided into several sections on a second level, which include project initiation, logistics, media, and closing. The project was also divided on the third level by many parts. The level will increase until we were able to allocate exact cost and time to the task and activity. Next is estimation project times and cost. Estimating is the technique to predict the completion of project result or approximate the time and cost. The top-down and bottom-up estimate has been made in this section. All the cost and duration for each activity has been estimated to make sure that the activity or network can be constructed later. The third is developing a project plan. The project network for this isolated business has been developed based on the information from a PBS. Then activity or node has been created to analyze the completion time for this project. We consider the kick-off meeting as the starting activity for this whole project and ended with the report. Based on, we can analyze that the critical path for this project is A, B, D, E, F, G, H. Next is managing risk. In this project, the focus is on the safety of employee and three ways are being discussed, which is technology approach, appropriate license and facilities, and equipment maintenance. All of this help in terms of providing security to the employees by having an advanced technology that can monitor employees' health and safety. Managing the risk of employee safety is crucial as without the employee, the company cannot run smoothly.
So now I'm gonna discuss on the analysis of the scheduling resources. So basically, overrunning the project is a very serious problem for many companies. So this is due to mostly last minute fixing and additional improvement, and which often take more time than the expected. After my friend has finish the scheduling resources, we can say that based on it, we can say that the total duration has delayed for 2 weeks. This scheduling resources is actually beneficial to the company as it is easier to adequately allocate resources, and this will prevent any future incur as we have already planned it earlier. So we know basically we can already budget on how many we can spend in managing the resources. And besides, it also has permits the project manager or help the project manager to prepare resources in advance. And by scheduling these resources, the system can predict resources demand in order to identify shortfalls or access for every project and non-project task. In terms of sustainability, we know that nowadays within the beverage industry, the sustainability is viewed as a strategy because nowadays companies are claimed to be more social and to be ecological conscious in incorporating sustainability. So besides that, we already know that consumers nowadays are more aware of the issue and started to implement this sustainability into their daily lifestyle. In our company, we have tried to create some goal in terms of sustainability, as in promoting paper straw, as paper straw is easier to decompose in comparison to the plastic straw. Besides, we also tried to opt for a greener packaging as we try to use recyclable cups and also lid. And by using a recyclable cup and lid, we can also reduce the consumption of non-renewable resources, and it also in terms of production, it can use less energy. Lastly, our company goal is in promoting recycling.
For the conclusion, first and foremost, we conclude that managing and planning through economic feasibility analysis are important in setting up a new company. In this project, we selected an isolated store as a hypothetical company in our project analysis. The result of analysis include the presentation of work breakdown structure, critical path method, calculation of break-even point, crash analysis, and the worthy of our company. Besides, we also include sustainability issue and how our company can improve in terms of sustainability and further spread the awareness through the industry. Lastly, all the members have played their own role and the great commitment has obviously made this project a success. Everyone has shown their full potential and maximum effort in completing the project. So here is the Gantt chart for the flow of activity that we done to complete this project.
So overall of this project, I'm very grateful that I have participated in this project as To me, it has enhanced my knowledge in terms of building a company as well as managing it. And I believe that early planning is very crucial to prevent a great loss to the company. And besides that, I believe that every chapter in this project has helped me walk through on how to be a very good or a successful company. And lastly is that in terms of teamwork, I'm very grateful to have a very supportive member, and I'm thankful for all the members and also our lecturers for giving opportunity to us in finishing this project. Thank you.
I'm so glad to be involved and participate in this group project. This project a little bit enhanced my knowledge and improved skill in creating the project network. Hence, I can improve my tolerance and cooperation between group members. On the other hand, can build good interaction and study environment. When there is a problem, we help each other and consult member when in need. So from this group project, many can benefit, be it individuals or grouping. Through the subject of project management and maintenance, many can be learned. For example, a good or proper planning is needed for the project to be successful. Then the planning must be stated and also time and cost must be considered. Last but not least, I was so satisfied with the group project tolerance and cooperation between group members that we managed to finish the project within a perfect time. Hence, not so many problems occur. In the meantime, everyone received their own tasks. Finally, I think that the knowledge is not only beneficial in management but also in the engineering field. Later, if there is a chance to be a project manager, this method of management can be used for the future project. So it will make us useful and better person in management and engineering job scope.
My name is Sabirah binti Syed Zainuddin. As for me, I think this major project is a fun and challenging project. Throughout this major project, I have learned that this subject is an important subject to be mastered in the real life, and it is not easy as I thought. This project is one of the methods to enhance the level of understanding of the students. We have been asked to use our knowledge about we have learned in class and apply it into real life. Hence, I would like to thank all of our team members for giving full cooperation to complete this major project, as well as our lecturer, Zakama, for all of the knowledge that you have given to us. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Natasha binti Hendri Jefferi from Group 6. First of all, I would like to thank our lecturers, Zakama Muhammad, for the knowledge and effort that he contribute for this whole semester to taught us. I would like to say thank you for all my group members for their cooperation throughout completing this major project. While doing this project, the most obvious thing that I discovered was the advantage of working as a part of a group. I learned that good teamwork is the key of success in design activities when time and resources are limited. As everyone had their own point of view, many different ideas could be produced. Last but not least, I discovered that even the time that we having for now is a pandemic, we managed to communicate better and to finish our major project. That's all from me. Thank you. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Hey everyone, my name is Zarifah Amirah. So this is my video reflection. So overall, all my members give their full cooperation in completing this major project. I am very satisfied with their cooperation and all the ideas given, which help this project to complete in time. They deliver all their opinions and ideas effectively in order to complete this project. Last but not least, the knowledge obtained from this project also can be applied in another field like in engineering field. So it is very useful for us to be able to implement this knowledge in the future works. So that's all for us. Thank you.